The next activity is the active straight leg raise. So what we're going to need to do for this one is we're going to need to do one more measurement. We're measuring the distance from the malleus, or your knee cap, to your hip bone. Okay? So you need to find where your hip bone is, the head of the femur. Mine is right here. We are measuring that distance. Mine's at 21, approximately. So I'm going to go to 10.5. So at 10.5, I need to remember where that is on my leg. I'm going to touch that point of 10.5, and then I'm going to come down and lay down for the active straight leg raise. Knees are going to be in line, touching our 2x4. Now that space where I told you where the in-between middle spot was, that's where our wooden dowel is going to go to. So, got my space lined up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left leg and raise it straight up, bringing it towards my head. Keep your leg straight. Bring it as high as you can, keeping your left leg on the ground and your right leg on the ground and your left hip on the ground. We're going to do this 3 times. Okay? Now because this is a side view for both tests, you only need to do it on one plane. So I'm going to do the same thing. 10.5, find that spot on my leg. All right, for a score of 3, the vertical line of the malleus resides between the mid-thigh and the aces. There are no moving limbs, or the non-moving limb remains in a neutral position. For a score of a 2, okay, we're going to find our spot again. Raise it up. For a 2, the vertical line of the malleus resides between mid-thigh and joint line. The non-moving limb remains in neutral position. For a score of a 1, for a score of a 1, the vertical line of the malleus resides below the joint line. The non-moving limb remains in neutral position. An individual receives a score of 0 if pain is associated with any portion of this test. A medical professional should perform a thorough evaluation of the painful area.